13-12 overtime loss in the RMAC Tournament Championship. We'll go ahead and start with an opening statement, and then we'll continue with questions.
Obviously, it's devastating to lose at any time, and it's heartbreaking in an overtime game like that. But you go bonus time, it's any man's game, and I just can't say enough about our guys and the resilience that they had to play back-to-back games. Within 24 hours, and the battle like they did against two really good teams, Westminster and Colorado Mesa today, and just the fight they had going in that third quarter down 5 and chip away and get back and make the right plays. And I'm just so proud of, how hard they played and how tough they were throughout both days and to finish the season the right way. So it's a loss in the scorebook, but it's not a loss in our program. So,
fellas, that last 2-minute stretch seemed like it was just back and forth, back and forth. What does that do to you guys as from your emotional standpoint of maintaining, being able to lock in and just play the game?
Yeah, so as everybody knows, lacrosse is a game of runs, and teams are going to go on 2-goal runs, and then they're going to answer back. And we went down at the half, and we were all confident that we were going to come back and tie that game or go up in that game. And the resilience, in the second half, it was great. And after they went back-to-back goals, went up 12-11, we got that man up. We were composed, ready to go, and canned the shot, and took them to overtime and didn't go our way. But I think just composure. Coach Foss always telling us, hey, look, we're never out of this game. We're going to come back, and it's going to be a dogfight for 60 minutes.
Yeah, just defensively keeping our composure. We had our goalie coming in every single time. Just keep it go. We're good. Whatever happens, just play hard. And, unfortunately, it didn't go our way in the end. But I think defensively we really played a great game. And it was a great learning lesson for all of us. And I think the team next year will get a good go at it.
It's clear from you guys being in here on Friday and your play yesterday and today, you guys believe in yourselves for all 60 minutes of every game you play. And you demonstrated that against Westminster. You demonstrated it tonight. Where does that come from in the culture of this team? And just how were you guys able to play your best lacrosse at the most important time of the year?
So we earlier in the year we kind of struggled playing a full 60 minutes. There was times where we could play a good 3 quarters, good 2 quarters, and then it would kind of fall out of our reach. But this weekend, Coach Foss was so resilient on being a full 60-minute team, and that's what's going to get it done, to play 2 top 20 teams back-to-back. And just the dedication from Coach Foss telling us, hey, look, we're going to win this game in the full 60 minutes. And if you play 3 quarters, it's not going to happen. When you play 60 minutes, you're going to win games.
Yeah, just one thing I want to add. Last year, same thing with this year. We've always just been counted out. And I think, that fires us up to an extent to where, we just want to prove people wrong. And I think we're pretty good at that. But next year I'd like to, have the target on our back instead.
Yeah, I think obviously the resiliency they showed today was incredible. And even when Westminster on Friday went on that run and we were able to kind of make the comeback and make the right plays. But really, just the buy-in from the guys. And it's been a work in progress, right? It was a work in progress last year, and obviously it was a work in progress this year, and we continue to get better, and the kids were bought into doing that. And you could see the progression from game 1 versus Colorado Mesa to game 2 to game 3. So, I think it's buy-in, obviously, of the current team, but it's really, when you look at our guys, our seniors, Braden Schneider, Riley Slumsky, Garrett Burns, Nick Beeson. He's not really senior, he's like a 3-year grad student, but those guys really. Schneider came in, who's transferred from Maryville after freshman year. He's been 4 years with us. Was bought into us and the vision we had of moving from MCLA Division I team to an NCAA Division II. Fully bought in. All those guys committed to what we were doing, on and off the field, in the classroom, everywhere we were, and they just have brought us to a level that we are now. And the level we're going to go next is because of those guys. So,
Coach, stick with you here. You talked about progression just a minute ago. Stepping into the league, the RMAC first season, you gave everybody every minute of every game. What does that mean to this program going forward?
Yeah, it just gives our guys the belief that we belong. I think we've been saying it all year that we were here and we talked about being a 3-round fight with all these teams, and obviously we were able to win that 3rd round against Westminster. And today, it went down to that overtime, which is anyone's game. And, I think just the belief they have, it will carry over into next year and the future. And what these guys, like I said, what these guys have built and what these guys are going to continue building, and we're going to start from the moment we get home to next January so that we are in a position that we're not fighting for, that third spot. We're actually hosting and have the upper hand. So that's kind of our goal.
Matt, we sort of talked about it yesterday. Playing on this field seems to be a strong suit. It seems that you look very, very comfortable out there. What is it about playing in Grand Junction that sort of just kicks in another gear?
Obviously I spent a year here and it was a great experience. Loved every minute of it, but it wasn't really the right fit. But every time I come back here, I kind of get a sense of like nostalgia and like the opportunities that I did have and some of the ones that I know I didn't get to play too much last year, and understand that I'm playing this year, and it's pretty surreal. It's just crazy to me. Like coming back here on a different team it's pretty crazy.
I'll just add to that. How cool is it for this guy, right? He puts 4 and 1 and 5 and I don't know how many assists he had today, but to come back and obviously he had a great experience last year there. Wanted to come a little closer to home, right? Enjoy the beach and everything we have to offer in sunny Southern California. But to him to come back here and have the game he did under the pressure of that, and he crushed it. So awesome.
Another thing too is I can't really I have to credit a lot of my success this weekend to Coach Foss. He's been super hard on me, and it's like at times it's pretty frustrating for me because he's always on me. But he kind of shaped me into how I played this weekend, and I can't thank him enough for that because I wouldn't have had the confidence if he wasn't on me about it. So I can't thank you enough for that.
Braden, he just spoke on confidence right there. Y'all went down in the first half, went to the locker room, made some adjustments. What did you all talk about in the halftime, that's safe for work, that really amped you up, brought you back out for the second half to really turn it up?
At halftime, we kind of just had this feeling that we were going to be in it no matter what happened. And we went in there, and Coach Foss was telling us, we're never out of this game, We have the talent and the ability to come back at any time and keep the game close and possibly go ahead like we did at one point. Unfortunately, at the end, it didn't go our way, like we said earlier, but just keeping our composure was the biggest thing that we all talked about and mentioned to each other. And, we could smile after the game. We're down right now, but we won't be down the rest of the game.
For any of you guys, success in the program at the club level, kind of the end of the season momentum, what kind of translated here to this weekend and that same kind of idea?
Actually, I would say I don't like that fact that we're great at the end of the season, right? We did it last year, and that's great. We were good last year as well, and we had moments this year. I think this year was definitely, like I said, a learning curve. Just the pace of play, the physicality, the athleticism. It's an uptick from what we're used to, and it took some time to get used to that. I, as a coach, and our staff needs to figure out how to get this out of our guys in January and not wait till late April. So, again, incredibly proud of how they played this weekend in back-to-back games against really good opponents and the fight they had, weathering the storm against Westminster on Friday, chipping away, in that third quarter tonight. But, as a coaching staff, we got to figure out how to get this out of them a little earlier. So.
Coach, my favorite thing about sports is power of moments. Talk about this moment right now, and then how does it propel you going forward?
Yeah, I think you talked earlier about belief, and I think this weekend gives our guys the belief that we not only belong at this level, but can compete and win at this level. I think I'm disappointed or pissed off at the loss, but I'm very proud and happy for our guys and the way they played. And the emotion of happiness is not a great one with me, so I tear up a little bit when I try to get happy. So, but I couldn't say enough of our guys and the resilience they had, how hard they played. Our goalie had a broken hand. We had a guy fracture his hand on. One of our D-middies fractured his hand on Friday night and just played lefty tonight. So switched hands and played lefty so he can get in the game. So the toughness those guys showed. Cade Poe, I think his hip popped out and he was able to kind of get back in and play. So I can go down the line with these guys and what they've gone through and what they've been through to get to this moment. And I'm so proud of them and it's going to propel us forward.
Braden, I just wanted to talk to you about the defensive adjustments in the second half. They Mesa went on a run in the second quarter to build the lead they had at halftime, and you guys obviously came back to tie the game and take the lead, and it felt like you guys forced a lot more turnovers in the second half and kind of fed your offense with the defensive performance.
Yeah, I think in the beginning of the game, in the first half, we were kind of just a bit jittery. Like we were feeling all the nerves, and we weren't really sticking to the game plan. And then at halftime in the second half, we came out and stuck to the game plan and did what we were supposed to do, and ended up working out for us to an extent. So that was the big thing, was just following the game plan.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a great season. Runners up in the RMAC tournament. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, guys.